It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. Who knows what we're in store for here? And it's coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League finds us in the Hoosier State at Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indianapolis. Thanks for having us in, Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. Greg, this is one that the defensive coordinators have had a long week because these quarterbacks, you can prepare and prepare for them, but because of their legs, you never know what they're going to do.
Yeah, when the play breaks down, I think that's where the real fun begins. I mean, it is just so hard. You mentioned it. These defensive coordinators, they spend all week, and every time the ball is snapped, you really have to defend two plays. And what I mean is you defend the initial play that is called by the offense in the huddle, and then you also have to defend the scramble play, the breakdown, the improv. That's what makes these quarterbacks so dangerous, and it just takes one breakdown defensively for a big play, and it's 6.
Here's Matt Gay ready to get this one started. Off we go from downtown Indianapolis. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. So out comes the Arizona offense for the first time. And here is Kyler Murray, the #1 overall pick in 2019 to lead them.
I think we're seeing this so often now in the modern NFL is quarterbacks who can hurt you both improv as a scrambler and also with designed runs coming out of the huddle. So this is a tricky situation. Guys who can run with this kind of speed, you have to be very careful how you pass rush them. You're not just rushing to a spot. It's not just an X behind the center. You got to try to corral him and keep him in the pocket because when he escapes, big plays are to be had.
He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's second down. From the shotgun, it's Murray. Backs to the right side. Caught by McBride. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Now, this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
They'll run it on first down with Connor. And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be second down. Working from the shotgun, it's Murray. A throw left side there, not going to find the target. Incomplete. Marvin Harrison Jr., the intended target. Third down coming up.
It's always a risky decision anytime a quarterback tries to force the ball, especially into those tightly contested areas. Not a lot of daylight, not a lot of room for error. In this case, it just falls simply as an incomplete. But as this game unfolds, better decisions are going to lead to better results.
And this ball incomplete on third down.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring fourth down right in the face.
So on fourth down, it's Blake Gillikin to punt for Arizona. Josh Downs set to return for the Colts. And a pretty good punt there. The fair catch taken right around the 11-yard line. The Colts offense going to take the field here for the first time. They're led by their man at quarterback out of the University of Florida. It's Anthony Richardson.
Mike, when you look around the league, there's just not a lot of quarterbacks that look and can play to the style of Anthony Richardson. He can make every throw on the field. He's big. He can run for power, run with speed. As he continues to iron out some of those flaws from coming out of college, he lost his rookie season to injury. Here in year 2, I wouldn't be shocked by year end if he's a household name.
He's got a receiver. That's Michael Pittman. And they're going to mark him down right at the 30-yard line.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike, how well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard him.
So, 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, Richardson. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Off the zone read, this is Richardson. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
I think this is something we're going to continue to see today, Mike, as this game goes along. They're going to make the defense make a decision. Do you want to account for the running back, or do you want to account for the quarterback? In this case, they choose the running back, and the quarterback makes them pay by picking up the 1st down.
On 1st and 10, here's Richardson. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown...
Now, Jonathan Gannon not sure here about that call, and he wants them to take another look. At issue, was he able to stay in bounds? The NFL rules, you're looking for either 2 feet or a body part that is not a hand to be down with possession of the ball. No bobbling, the ball not moving around. He has control, so that's what the referee is looking at here. So the challenge is unsuccessful, and he's going to have to be careful here because he has just one challenge for the remainder of the game. Second and a yard. On the ground for the first time, here comes Jonathan Taylor. And he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is 1st down. Out of the shotgun, Richardson. And this one is caught by Pierce. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out and go up for an offensive rebound and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot. I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
Gay's kick is good. And the Colts are out to an early 3-0 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
So after the field goal to open up the scoring, the kicker's back out for this kickoff. Here comes DJ Dallas on the return. Past midfield. Inside the 20. And he will finally be tracked down, nearly a touchdown, but he'll set his team up with first and goal.
Oh, so close. I mean, those are tough. You go that far, and it doesn't result in a touchdown. But give that kicking team a little bit of credit now. They never gave up on a play, but what a return it was inside the 10-yard line. That was sensational.
Wow, just like that, things changed dramatically. It's first and goal. They'll run it here, and it's Connor. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. Second and goal. From the gun, it's Murray. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Kyler Murray. Touchdown, Cardinals.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
Now the veteran Matt Prater for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Cardinals move out to a 7-3 lead. So now, Prater, after the touchdown, is out to kick it away. Josh Downs now on the return. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Colts offense about ready to get going on their second possession. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with first and 10. Now Richardson trying the left side and caught by Pittman. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
And that'll give him a first down. Tackle made after the pickup of 3.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. Second and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
Richardson to throw it here on first down. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
At some point, you would just like to see that internal clock start to speed up. The longer the play goes on, the more vulnerable you become as the quarterback. Get rid of the ball, but no matter what, you have to avoid the sack.
Work to do now as they come up on second and long. To throw, it's Richardson. A throw there on second down, going to be incomplete.
Rough sequence over these last couple plays. First down sack, second down big play attempt falls incomplete. And now to make matters worse, you got to operate in third and long on a defense that knows they can just pin their ears back and try to get after the quarterback.
From the gun on third down, Richardson. He'll try to run for it.
And that's a great job defensively here on third down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
And he'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. The Cardinals offense ready to get back at it. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. They'll start this drive on the ground, and it's Connor. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Working out of the gun, Murray. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, take it in over the middle.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Now a 3rd and 2. Out of the gun, it's Murray. Quick slant into the hands of Wilson.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They go play action now. Murray. And he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a sack and a loss of a couple.
It's so easy to underestimate the speed of this quarterback until you get on the field. They break down your pursuit angle so quickly because of that speed. So give credit to the defense. They understand it's a collective effort to contain this guy. And this time, defense wins and brings him down for a sack.
Murray with a give to Connor. And he proves tough to bring down. Good running across midfield. A gain of 8 that time. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Here's Murray. He's going to have the 1st down and then some. 19 yards on the gain, and that's good for a 1st down.
Well, the run after catch is certainly nice, and they're definitely going to take it. But watch the savviness of the route running. Certain guys just have a better field for running these slant routes than others, and it's a nice result.
Whole lot of extra muscle over there on the left side for this 1st and 10. Power run inside. Here's Connor. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
They go play action with Murray. Pressure gets there, and down he goes.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Now, Murray. He's got it at the 7, and he will score. Greg Dortch, touchdown, Arizona. A terrific play all the way around, finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
Now Prater to tack on the extra point. It's up and good. And the Cardinals extend their advantage to 14-3. So now Prater, after the touchdown, is out to kick it away. Anthony Gould now to return. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Colts offense ready to take over once again. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground. It's Taylor. That one never got started. Too much defensive pressure. They drop him in the backfield.
Well, as been the case this entire first half, it's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
Throwing on 2nd down, Richardson. Pass right side to Downs. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 9, and 3rd down coming up. Richardson to throw. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. It'll be a pickup of 10. 1st down, Indianapolis.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
Here's 1st and 10. Richardson will give it to Taylor. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Here's Richardson. That one complete to Pierce. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
These curl routes. He's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the 1st down.
And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
A second down throw for Richardson. He'll tuck it and take off.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. Now Richardson. Coming open is Pierce. It's on target. 4 catches already in this opening quarter, off to a hot start as he picks up the first down.
This is like a textbook, methodical, efficient NFL drive. 4 for 4 throwing the ball, mixing in some run. You're just marching the ball downfield at your will, and they get a fresh set of downs now to see if they can convert this nice drive into some points.
That's the tight end, Mo Alley Cox. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
The Colts are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. 15 yards the pickup. Good for a first down. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. The Cardinals have the early edge in this one. We'll come back to Indianapolis in a moment. Well, a chance to get right back in it here. 1st down and goal. Throwing, Richardson.
1st and goal. The quarterback thinks he's got a shot to take this one in himself. I think he's just a little late in his reaction and decision to turn into a runner. Defense has just enough time to get there. They stop him short of the end zone. 2nd and goal.
From the 1, 2nd and goal. Taylor going to try to pull his way in. Good blocking, and he's in. Jonathan Taylor. Touchdown, Indy. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Colts are back within 4. It is 14-10. So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. DJ Dallas now to return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Cardinals offense and Kyler Murray set to take over once again. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. On play action, Murray. That'll be taken in by Connor. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
That screen goes for 12, and that's a first down.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here.
His throw on first down is going to be incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. On the handoff, it's Connor. The defense all over this one. They get him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a couple.
Sometimes you run all those big bodies out there, you kind of tip your hand. I always love going big jumbo personnel for a play action. In this case, they keep the ball on the ground. The defense knew it was coming, and they suffer a loss.
On third down, Murray. That one underneath here to Connor. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down. Here's Blake Gillikin now, as he's on to punt for the 2nd time. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. Here's Jonathan Taylor and the Colts offense heading back for their next possession. And he's been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers here in the first half. This defense is going to need to find a way to key in on him because he's eating them up right now. This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. Now it's Richardson. He'll keep it, and nothing cooking on that one. He'll be met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Taylor. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground, Mike. There was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
A tough spot here. 3rd and long. Here's Richardson. They'll set up the screen to Taylor.
The initial reaction is, how does this quarterback not throw the ball past the first down line to gain to try to extend this drive? And the reality is, because they've already decided they're going to go for it on 4th down.
Here's Rigoberto Sanchez now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. Out comes the Arizona offense. They get ready for their next possession. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Now a give running left. It's Connor. And he'll get about 5. They go play action for Murray. Over the middle, it's Harrison. 15 yards through the air. It's good for a Cardinals first down.
This is a great example, Mike, of just how effective it is when you're efficient on early downs throwing the ball. I mean, when you can pick up first downs without getting the third down, as the game unfolds, things just get easier and easier. Take what the defense is giving you. Don't force the ball downfield. But when you can stay ahead of the chains without having to get to third and have it plays, that's when an offense is really firing. The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. On the give, this is Connor. Connor's got the first down and more. And they'll finally run him down, but not before he takes it inside the 15.
Explosive plays. Teams understand just how valuable they are in regards to the ability to score points. Typically, they come through the air, Mike. In this case, they got it on the ground. Now they find themselves inside the red zone.
On first down, they'll stay on the ground with Connor. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down. Murray now off the bootleg. To the end zone. It's intercepted. Picked off by Kenny Moore.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot to get his hands on the ball and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
Here's the Indianapolis offense. Now as they get set to take over once more, they'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Richardson. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds.
We tend to make NFL offense very complicated, Mike, but sometimes it's as simple as this. Get the ball into the hands of your playmakers and just let them do the rest.
They'll toss this right side to Taylor. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Great job here defensively, Mike. Make them snap the ball again. 2nd and 1, they're not conceding anything. Make it 3rd and 1 and see if your defense can come up again with a stop for no gain.
Here's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for this. It's Taylor. They're going to get the conversion here on 3rd down. He'll bring this up to the 33-yard line.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the first down, and they're able to convert.
So it'll be 1st and 10. They'll scrimmage at the 33. On 1st down, they'll stay with Taylor on the ground. And he'll manage to get to the 33. Buda Baker active and making the tackle there. Here's a 2nd and 9. From the gun, Richardson. That one into the hands of Downs. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. Looking to throw. Richardson. He gets this one complete to Pittman. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the first down.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. On the give, this is Taylor. He'll dodge one would-be tackler and wind up getting a nice gain of 6 on the play. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Richardson operating from the pistol. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
Here in the first half, we've seen nothing but connections from these two guys. I mean, they've come out completely on fire, so the defense finally gets a stop, and it's really the first time we've seen these guys be a little bit off.
They've converted 2 third downs already on this drive, and here's 3rd and 4. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. It's a pickup of 16 yards down to the 16.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
Zone read, it's a give to Taylor. And that'll be a pickup of 3. They face 2nd down and 7. They'll go again here with Taylor. And the Colts are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They'll try to run this one in. And he will power his way into the end zone. Ray Sermon, touchdown Indianapolis. A lot of big bodies down there, but at the end of the day, the one that mattered, the one with the ball, finds the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, once that back gets the ball, Mike, he's just looking for a little crack of daylight, and he's thinking, I'm going to run into it and just hope I come out the other side. And in this case, the other side's the end zone, and they get 6.
Gay to add the PAT. He knocks it through. And the Colts move out to a 3-point edge, 17-14. So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. To return is Greg Dortch. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Cards offense and their veteran running back James Conner set to take over again. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. He'll get that complete to Harrison. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Back to throw is Murray. He runs with it. And they will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line.
This is an element to his game that we don't necessarily spend a lot of time talking about. He's not known as a traditional runner at the quarterback position. But when he has some space like he had here, he is more than capable of not only converting first downs, but picking up big chunk plays.
1st and 10 now from the 36. Working out of the gun, Murray. That'll be batted away. Incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's 2nd down.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
Off the play fake. Here's Murray. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we'll see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Running here is Connor. And he will get forward for about 5 yards. That sets up 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Murray. He'll try and get there on the ground. And they'll finally run him down, but he takes it inside the 10-yard line.
Those plays are killers for a defense. You think you have the quarterback hemmed in. You think you have a chance for your pass rush to get you off the field. Instead, he gets away, picks up some tough yards, and sets his team up 1st and goal.
Ball sitting at the 7. 1st and goal. From the shotgun, it's Murray. He's got it at the 3. And he's in. Greg Dortch. Touchdown, Cardinals. His 2nd TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead. Prater on to attempt the extra point. His kick is good. And the Cardinals move out in front by 4. It's 21-17. So now Prater, after the touchdown, is out to kick it away. On the return, this is Downs. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Colts offense and Anthony Richardson getting ready for their next drive. And he's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. And he looks to add to them with another drive here. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Throwing is Richardson. Off he goes. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
The challenge of defending a dual-threat quarterback in the NFL, Mike, is that you just don't see them week in and week out, maybe like you do in college. So in this case, you defend everything perfectly downfield, but it's hard to account for a quarterback who can run. He escapes the pressure, tucks it down himself, and he picks up a big gain.
Here's a deep shot for Pierce. That is brought in. And he has got this one all the way down to the 2-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
So here's a chance to take the lead going into the locker room. It's 1st and goal. They'll run here with Taylor. And this one's blown up. It's back at the 5-yard line now. From a little further back, here's 2nd and goal. Richardson to throw. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. And he might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate. Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Colts cut the deficit down to 1.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Cardinals offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big opening after big opening and big numbers in this first half. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. Throwing Murray. He'll try to work the screen with Connor. He's close to a 1st down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down. Second and a yard. Working from the shotgun, it's Murray. Taking off. And they'll have it across midfield, down at the opposing 46-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Murray. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Here's Murray. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
He'll take a shot here, back of the end zone. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. And welcoming everyone to our halftime report. This one's been all you could hope for as an NFL fan. Just a one-point game here at halftime. This has been as much fun as you could hope for with both these teams in it to win it.
Coach, thank you. Not a rest at the break for the defensive coordinators, trying to figure out how to stop these offenses as we get ready for the second half. Certainly a tightly contested first half, and you'd expect more of that here in the second half. A one-point game as quarter 3 begins. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Colts offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. They'll start this on the ground. It's Taylor. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. Second and 7. They go right back to Taylor. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down. To throw, it's Richardson. He's got his man. That's down. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll go play action. It's Richardson. That's the tight end, Mo Alley Cox. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Richardson will give it to Taylor. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
At some point, the offensive line cannot just be dependent on the perfect play call. Somebody has to win. Somebody has to distort the defense and create some space for the running back to run. In this case, nobody could win. Stop for no gain.
From the gun on 3rd down, Richardson. He'll try to run for it.
Great reaction by the defense. At first, Mike, it looked like there was enough room out there for the quarterback to pick this one up himself, but they were able to rally to the ball, and I think the officials are going to mark him just short.
The Colts about set to punt. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The visitors' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. They'll start this drive on the ground, and it's Connor. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's 2nd and 6. They'll go again here to Connor. And the D closes quickly. He stopped after a gain of a yard. Zaire Franklin that time, there for the tackle. Got to get it to the 30. Here comes 3rd down. Murray will throw. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down and this quarterback's paying the price for it.
The Cardinals line up for a punt as he's standing right around his own goal line. And he's going to be hit and dropped right away. That's great coverage there. Winds up with nothing on the return. The home team's offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. The deficit is 1 as they'll search now for that go-ahead score. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. They'll motion over Pierce. They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle. And it'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman. Sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the gain to nothing.
Throwing on 2nd down, Richardson. Trying the left side and caught by Pittman. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
A run with Taylor. And he'll lean forward, getting this to about the 35. That's Jalen Thompson up from his safety spot to bring him down. Here's a 2nd and 6. Out of the shotgun, Richardson. Looking middle, and he's got downs. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
He was looking for Michael Pittman with that one, and it'll bring up 2nd down. A give up the middle to Taylor. He'll take this forward for about a yard at best. Buda Baker active and making the tackle there. Third and 9. From the gun, Richardson. Now a deep ball toward the end zone.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on 3rd down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up 4th down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6?
3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Colts will take the lead here in the 3rd quarter.
Job number 1 on this drive, find a way to get the lead. They, of course, would have loved to score a touchdown, Mike. But 3 points here, that's a pretty good consolation prize as it moves them out in front.
After the field goal, back out is Gay to kick this one off. Dortch now to return it. And they'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop. The visitors' offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They trail by 2, and will start this drive with 1st and 10. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. On 1st down, the drive begins with Connor. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Now a 2nd down throw from Murray. Well, he needed to get rid of that one, but he holds on. Going to lose yardage. It'll be credited as a sack.
I understand what he's trying to do, Mike. He's thinking, can I extend this play? Can I get out of the pocket and buy some time for my receivers? But on these early downs, that's a ball that just needs to be thrown away.
3rd down and 9. Now it's Murray. Taking off, he'll try to get there. A pickup there of 25 yards. It's an Arizona first down.
At this point, it just gets frustrating for the defense, right? I mean, you've been watching this guy make big play after big play all game long, not only on the quarterback-designed runs, but it's the scrambles that can really break the back of a defense, and we saw it again here.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. On the handoff, it's Connor. They converge on him quickly. He'll only get a couple. Zaire Franklin that time, there for the tackle. Second down and 8. McBride is the motion man. Pass right side, that's Ryman. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too far, and it draws the flag. Murray now on second down. He'll take a shot, looking for Wilson. A lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
They're trying to take the top off the defense, make them feel that vertical threat, and soften everything up. Wasn't a ton of separation downfield, at least not what they would have preferred, and ends it up being a wasted down.
Now Murray on third and long. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
The Cardinals lining up for a punt, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. The home team's offense ready to get back to work. The lead is 2, and they're going to try to make something happen here, starting with a 1st and 10. Here's Richardson. Going down the middle of the field, and he's got his tight end. It's another big play in a game that's had its share. 31 yards.
Mike, what we're seeing play out across the NFL is that if offensively it requires you to go the length of the field in a long, methodical drive, your chances of coming away with points continue to go down the more you snap the ball. You have to be able to generate shot plays, pick up big, explosive chunks, because when you do, your ability to score points typically tends to follow.
A quick throw, that's complete on the slant. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
They'll work the middle here with Taylor. Trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, but he's shoved out of bounds and probably loses a yard.
This ball carrier just didn't want to go down, and this defense, they had to throw everything they had at him, Mike. He just kept fighting and fighting, but finally when they were able to get him on the ground, they were able to do it for a loss.
Off the zone read, this is Richardson. And he'll be out of bounds all the way down at the 10. A gain there of 27 yards.
This defense has had their share of troubles trying to contain this quarterback today, Mike. This time they go to the zone read. The defender goes after the running back, and the quarterback pulls it, keeps it himself, and has a huge gain for a first down.
And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Zone read, it's a give to Taylor. And the defense stiffening here. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. 3rd and goal coming up.
So on 2nd down, they try to hammer it in on the ground, Mike, but now on 3rd and goal, I don't think you had any choice but to put this ball in your quarterback's hands and test this defense through the air.
Richardson. That's hauled in at the 2. Trying to reach for the goal line, but he's going to come up just short. Wow, it's going to set up 4th down.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get 1 more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the...
And he will fight his way to the end zone. Jonathan Taylor, touchdown Colts. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. So they decide to go for the touchdown, and Greg, they get rewarded on 4th and goal with the 6 points.
Yeah, I think the safe bet there is you settle for the field goal and you're happy coming off the field with points. But not this play caller. He rolls the dice a little bit, but give credit to the offensive line. They created just enough of a lane for this back to take it in for 6.
Now Gay for the extra point. He's got it. And the Colts will make it a 2-score game as they are now up 9. So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. On the return, it's Dallas. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The visitors' offense headed back to take over once more. And, look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
On 1st and 10, Murray. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend. So give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route. And then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup.
He's got his receiver. It's Jones. A pickup of 15 in the air. It's good for a Cardinals 1st down.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front.
And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient. But at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
And he'll pick his way forward, a gain of about 5. And that's going to set up third down. Working out of the gun, Murray. He finds his man. It's Dortch. He had 2 touchdowns earlier, looking to see what he can do here in this second half. That grab gets them a first down.
This pass defense, it just has to be better than this, Mike. They have to do a better job accounting for everybody in their coverages. They have to play their defense exactly according to the plan, because if not, this quarterback has enough weapons. He can spread the ball out and find the open space.
And he'll get forward for a couple. That's E.J. Speed getting in there to make the tackle. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
Murray on third down. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now, this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's first and goal.
This drive has been methodical, but will they turn it into 6 points? It is first and goal. They'll come up with nothing there. Fortunate just to get back to the line. And that'll set up second and goal. So these two teams take the long walk to the opposite end of the stadium. We've come to the end of the third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Try it again here from the 7-yard line. Second down and goal. Again, it'll be Connor. Stop at the 6, and that sets up third and goal. Murray. And that is incomplete.
Just didn't quite get enough into that ball. You see sometimes the pressure, the rush, force a quarterback to throw the ball off his back foot. And I think there was a little bit of that here at play. You have to be willing to step up, even in the face of pressure, and get enough behind that ball to put that one a little bit more on the money.
And this one right down the middle. It's good. And they are indeed back within 1 score.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through and they get 3.
So the field goal makes it a one-score game here in the fourth quarter as they kick it away. Here's Gould on the return. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Colts offense getting set to get back to work. They work with a 6-point advantage as they start this drive on 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll start with Taylor. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
You know, there's all this talk, Mike, about the value of the run game in today's NFL. You know when the run game matters? It matters right now. Fourth quarter, you've got the lead. Can you lean on your running back and offensive line to close this game out?
They'll go again here with Taylor. And he'll have enough to move the chains. He'll take this forward for about 3 yards. So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. Throwing is Richardson. He'll get that one to Taylor, complete. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
Give them 17 more, and they are on a roll. Another 1st down.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
On 1st and 10, here's Richardson. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Alec Pierce. Touchdown, Indy. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Richardson and the Colts come to the line. They'll try to tack on 2 more. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
So they decide to put the ball in the air, which I don't mind on this 2-point try, but their execution was just a little bit off, and it's not going to work out in their favor this time around.
So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. On the return, it's Dallas. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Cardinals offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. First and 10. They'll run out of the gun, and this is Connor. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up second down. To throw is Murray. He'll try to work the screen with Connor. And he's going to have a first down. He's forced out. Nice pickup of 9.
Things certainly look a little improbable right now, Mike, but I wouldn't say impossible. I think they've got to capitalize on this possession to pick up some points. Every single possession right now is priceless. Points, possessions, and then they got to get some defensive stops.
Throwing now, Murray on first down. That's caught by Harrison right side. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down. Now Murray. They'll try to set up the screen here. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9. On the zone read, given to Connor. Space to run inside the 20. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line.
For that play to work, Mike, you have to distort the defensive line at the point of attack. And what that means is the offensive lineman, you need one of them to win their block. Move the defender out of his gap. Because when you do, you can see there is a nice run lane for the back to hit.
Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Murray. That one underneath here to Connor. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Well, this is a great example of the old saying, Mike. You never go broke taking a profit. And give credit to this quarterback. I know it's not the big explosive play he was looking for, but getting the ball into the hands of his running back, allow him to pick up some extra yardage after the catch.
They'll run first carry of the game for Trey Benson. And the Cardinals are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Getting the tight end involved in the run game here. And he will score. Game on. Tip Ryman. Touchdown, Arizona. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a 1-score game as they kick it away. Here's Gould on the return. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Colts offense and running back Jonathan Taylor set to take over once more. The lead is 5 as they're going to start with this first down. From the gun, Richardson. That one into the hands of Downs. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
On the give, this is Taylor. And this is going to be a Colts first down. Good running. Gets him to about the 44. Out of the shotgun, Richardson. And this one is caught by Pierce. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Now Richardson. That's caught inside by Pittman on the slant. And he gets marked out of bounds, but inside the 5-yard line. It's a big play when they needed it the most. 38 yards.
It seems like the best offenses in the league all rely heavily on yards after the catch. And this is a great example of why, if you can deliver an accurate pass on the move with the speed and the elusiveness of some of these guys in the league, it is a handful in the open field for the defense to tackle.
Richardson to throw. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
To play in the NFL, you got to have a short-term memory, because regardless of whether the previous play was good or bad, they're going to line up and snap it again. And in this case, really nice job bouncing back. They put the bad play behind them, forced the sack in the ensuing play, and they're right back on track.
Now from the 9, it'll be 2nd and goal. Looking to throw, Richardson. Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete.
They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
Play 7 of the drive coming up, and it's 3rd and goal. Throwing, Richardson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
And that's a big-time play. It felt like they really needed it, Mike. That was a drive where the offense seemed to be in complete control. Anytime on the defense where you find yourself on your heels, you're giving up big plays, you're giving up fresh set of downs, you need a spark. You need something to change the momentum of the drive, and we'll see if that was it right there.
So out comes Matt Gay in a big spot. This to stretch the lead to a touchdown. And this one right down the middle. It's good. A big 3 points as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
after the field goal, back out is Gay to kick this one off. Dortch now to return it. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Cardinals offense, and Kyler Murray set to take over once again. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read, seemingly every time. Here's 1st and 10. Working from the shotgun, it's Murray. Quick slant into the hands of Wilson. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. They'll run with Connor. And he'll get a couple of yards, and that's good enough for the first down. They'll go right back to Connor. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
We've seen this back have his way with this defense all game long, Mike. He's up over 100 yards for the game, but this time the defense said, we've had enough. They sold out to stop him. They hold him to no gain.
On the ground, it's Connor. And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards. And that leads to 3rd down. From the gun, it's Murray. He's got his man. It's Harrison. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. They get the conversion in a big way. That's good for 29 yards.
Okay, so now you pick up that first down, Mike, but now there needs to be a sense of urgency. You know you need to score twice. So this one, ideally for the offense, results in a touchdown. But either way, this first score of the 2 needed needs to be fast, because you need every possession you can here late in the 4th quarter.
Catch made right side by Wilson. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Working out of the gun, Murray. He's got room to roam. And he'll be taken down.
That's a really important pickup there on that last completion. Not only does it set up 1st and goal, but allows everybody in the huddle to just take a deep breath. We're no longer in this frantic offensive possession. Let's get our best play. Let's make sure everyone understands what to do, because we know we need to finish this off with 6 if we can. And now
he is in. James Conner. Touchdown, Cardinals. Greg, how often do we say it's a 1-possession game, but that's a 2-part story? Part 1 taken care of right there with the touchdown.
All right, Mike, so they go down and they get the all-important touchdown. But only half the time is this truly a 1-score game. They need this 2-point conversion here to tie it up.
So a big play coming here for the Cardinals, who will go for 2. From the shotgun, it's Murray. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
That decision to go for 2 was made up from the very beginning. The moment they scored, you could see the head coach. He's signaling, we're going for 2. The touchdown was obviously a disappointing outcome defensively, but to able to get that stop, they can at least come off the field and catch their breath.
So the lead is down to just 2 now in the fourth quarter as they kick it off. On the return, this is Downs. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Richardson. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
Richardson to throw here on 1st and 10. Quick throw, taken in. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. Richardson will give it to Taylor. So, right out of the 2-minute break, we get a timeout used by the defense with 1:56 to go. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? They'll drop to throw. That's hot. Left side. It's complete. Now a timeout charge to Arizona. That is their 2nd. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the 1st down. They'll run here with Taylor. Took that one outside, waiting for that cutback lane, but it never developed. No gain on the carry. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. They go right back to Taylor. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down. Here's Richardson. Open man, left side. He's got it. It's a gain of 10 yards. That's good for a Colts 1st down.
And that 1st down should all but do it, Mike. With only 1 remaining timeout, the defense just can't stop the clock enough. Got to imagine it's victory formation, and we're a couple kneels away from this game being over.
The defense still with all 3 timeouts at their disposal as the quarterback's down to a knee. So it's a win for the Colts. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, they got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that was the difference in this one. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Colts, winners here in the Circle City, as we say so long from Indianapolis.